Hello, folks. This is Raj Sastri from Raj Option Trading. Today is March 12th, 2021. We will talk about a company called Cannon Inc. Cannon Inc. is into Bitcoin hardware, and these guys make Bitcoin hardware that's used to mine the Bitcoins. And these guys are number two, just behind Bitmain, which is a major dominant player in China. And this company is based in China. And according to the research by Business Wire, Bitcoin hardware market is going to grow, with the compounded annual growth of 7% during 2020 to 2024. So that's a good growth for these Bitcoin mining hardware companies. And with the Bitcoin price surging up, these demand for these machines are increasing. That's one of the reasons these company stocks are going up. And here you can see some of these Bitcoin mining machines from Cannon. There's the Avalon Miner. There is one more machine here, which is Avalon Miner again. Then there's a ASIC, which is a chip that's used. And these machines can cost anywhere between 3,000 to 10,000 based on the configuration. That's how this company makes money, by really manufacturing these machines and making sure it's a very high efficiency and very good throughput. So with that, let's go into a little more details of this company and see why it makes sense. So Cannon Inc. It provides high performance computing solutions for solving complex problems. And these guys have initiated production of its 16 nanometer chip, in China. And these guys also have got a very good artificial intelligence chip, which is widely used. And they also have artificial intelligence algorithms, architectures, and system on a chip, which is SoC. And it's a dominant player, and they spend a lot of money into research and development. So that's one of the reasons this company is doing well, and their miners are also doing very well. And the stock price is around $36. It's a near all time high. And CEO is Non Nan Gang Zhang, based in China, and the market cap is around $5.65 billion. And the CEO himself has got very good experience in engineering and the quality control, R&D, and he's got good background when it comes to communications technology. So that makes him a good candidate to lead this company because he's got good know-how and the background when it comes to manufacturing and technology. And he's got a master's, bachelor's degree. I think he also pursued to do a PhD. And this company, one of the reasons stock price is going up is company announced, basically told Wall Street they've got 10,000 Bitcoin mining orders for 10,000 Bitcoin mining machines, and their capacity is already maxed out. Companies really running out of capacity and producing these machines, constantly. That's the reason. If you look at the chart here, somewhere in 2020, 2021, stock has taken off like a rocket ship. It went up so much. It's almost hyperbolic, swing that really took off. And if you look at the performance here on a weekly basis, 73%, 1 month, 318%, 1 quarter, 875, 1 year, 1614. It's astounding performance. So it's good to see it's performing very well, but it also bounces back and forth. So that's one thing to keep a note on. And if you look at the competitors, they got some good competitors here, and including Bitmain. And this company is one of the very few public companies that's creating these machines. That's why the stock is jumping up and down. So with that, let's go into fundamentals a little bit. These are companies based in China, so you don't have too much data on them. But basic data, if you see here, the revenue itself is if you look at the market cap, it's going up and down. As you can see here, it went up so much in the past. Now it's kind of in the 292 million area. And I think recently it went up. It was low back in 930, but now it went all the way to 5 billion. So it's kind of tethered towards the price of Bitcoin itself, and the demand for its machine. The revenue itself, as you can see here, it's up and down. 66 million back in 2019, and it went down. Now it's kind of balancing around 24, 25 million. And there is no predictability for the revenue here. It's going up crazily, going down crazily. So it's really a yo-yo. And earnings per share, they just give the earnings per share. It's not like a Nasdaq stock, which has got good projections and lot of analysts following. In this case, they basically have a EPS number, earnings per share number. There is no projection from our analysts, so that's why the number is what it is. And from a gross profit loss perspective, they are still making loss in the latest quarter. They made some profit in the past, but right now they're losing money. And from a net loss, they're producing net loss, as you can see here all along. They have been producing loss, and right now in the 930 September 2020, their net loss is $12 million. And one thing I noticed is really they are spending a lot of money in research and development consistently. That's one thing good thing about this company. They want to have this cutting edge miners or hardware. That's why they're spending a lot of money. That's a good thing. And they also have losses from operations, so it's not a money making company. They spend heavily. Looks like the CEO is really committed to making superb machines for mining. So with that, let's look into performance numbers and see how is this company, and also look at a guidance from the company from its recent quarterly earnings. From a quarterly earning, they had a quarter ending in September, and the result came in November. So the CEO here, Nan Gangzhang, he seemed to be pretty upbeat. He wants to make sure, even though there is pandemic, he wants to spend the time and energy to strengthen the R&D, and he wants to expand the artificial intelligence business, and also basically execute new initiatives. And he want to focus on the new product series, and also look at the high energy efficiency, because in the Bitcoin mining, energy efficiency is very it's a must. And he want to improve computing power. So that's all good things. And they are also into new generations of mining machines using the AI chips, which is also good. And he also noticed the demand for these mining machines is continue to rebound, especially with the Bitcoin price going up. So that's a good thing. That's why they are seeing a lot of pipeline for their machines, the demand for their machines. So that's why the stock is going up. And they did not provide any outlook. This was back in November. They said they cannot provide at this point, but it's that it's understandable, because a lot of COVID-19 pandemic impacts. So with that, let's look at the performance itself. If you look at the yearly performance, company did not do much in 2020 and 2019, hardly any change. But 2021, this stock really took off like anything. So from 4.3 all the way to $39. So it's a 483% improvement within 2 months of 2021. So which is astounding number. And from a monthly performance here, as you can see here, last 2 months, it's a shot up like anything, 232%, 128%. It's a very good increase in performance in 2 months. And as you can see here in January, they dropped by 23%. And back in September, they dropped. I mean, at this point, back in September, the price is $1, as you can see here. Now they're all the way to $34. So I would discount these bounces because it's really like single digit number. It'll look from a percentage perspective, it'll look too much, but it's really single digit bouncing back and forth. But these percentages are really, you can see here it's a double digit. It's something, it's really very big number. So I would, with the stock jumping so much in last 2 months, I would wait for it to cool off. Surely it will cool off. So if you wait a little bit, you can get a good buying opportunity. And now if you look at the weekly performance here, same story. Last 2 weeks, stock shot up. Back in February, stock went down. So you always get a pullback in this stock as Bitcoin bounces back and forth. This stock also will bounce back and forth. So there are very good opportunities here. You could buy when it drops so much, and it always does. And if you look at the daily performance, this is something I love about, on any given day, it bounces back and forth so much. In one day, 30% move. In one day here, 9th of March, 50% move. So, it kind of, goes up and down drastically. So that will give you some, buying opportunity. And if you're a short-term trader, you could buy when it's down and hold it for a couple days or a couple weeks, and then you can sell it off. That's a very good way to trade these type of stocks. Now if you look at the fund technical itself, if you look at this chart here, it has performed very nicely, as you can see here. Last 2 or 3 months, it went up so much. So that's why I would not recommend buying at this point. I would wait for a pullback. And from a relative strength perspective, it's kind of in the overbought territory. So I would wait for this to pull back, somewhere in a comfortable range around say 40% or so, or even 50%, versus now it's at 69%. I would wait for it for a pullback. And also implied volatility. Implied vol is also very high. It's around 86%. So I would not buy any call options at this price because you'll be paying premium if you buy call option. If you want to buy, it could be, you could buy some put option when it jumps up so much, and then you can, sell your put option a little bit later. And looks like people are buying into this company. As you can see here, on the balance volume is pretty steady here on the higher side. So people are really buying the stock, given there is a lot of demand for its machines. And also Jacqueline money flow. Jacqueline money flow is kind of flat right now. So it means it's pretty steady. So I would not buy at this point. I would wait for a pullback, given the stock has taken off like a rocket ship. So what should we do now? I would, this company has got a very good history of pulling back and forth, bouncing back and forth. It's got big swings. It's also tethered to the price of Bitcoin. So I would recommend waiting for a pullback. Pullback will surely come, and that could be a good buying opportunity. And good thing is this company has got some good demand for its machines. So I would not wait for, it may not crash too much because there is a good demand. And also from the previous numbers, the short ratio is really low. It's not a high short ratio for this stock. So I would wait for a pullback. On a pullback, you can buy and you can trade when it bounces back up. So with that, thank you very much. Happy trading.